Rovers looking to build on last weekend's victory up against Hull City by taking on our visitors in this coming match. And it has, of course, Norwich City. We got a new face in the pack. Will he start? We'll take a little look next. That's right, folks, back once again in another video today. We're previewing Blackburn Rovers taking on Norwich City over in the Championship. It's coming at you this coming weekend. But will Rovers follow it up from last week's victory with some more points on the board? We're going to take a look at all of it in a second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe. You want subscribe for Blackburn Rovers Championship football. Woo, football. We're going to all here under Roverseas. Of course, a lot of stuff going on in both clubs at the moment. Players are coming in, players coming out. The transfer window shutting on Monday. But will we have some new faces in the lineup? Well, Rovers look like they'll have one. We'll take a look at it in a second. Big shout out to the members of the patrons, but you know who you are. So let's get into it. Preview the match coming at you tomorrow. That's right. It is Rovers. It is Norwich. It's coming at you over at Ewood Park. So that is the venue right here, right now. We'll have our watch along. So if you are not at the game, you can come watch me watch the game. All right, then let's take a look at the host. Then it is Blackburn Rovers, and it was Big Val Ishmael at charge. 1.67 points per match ratio. His record against Norwich is pretty decent. He's managed against them 6 times, winning 2, losing 2, and drawing 2. So something has to change. One thing that does need to change is his record against Liam Manning. He hasn't picked up a victory against them so far, with a draw and a loss on the books. Up against his old club is Todd Cantwell, wearing the captain's armbands these days. Of course, he is the most valuable player on the books of the moment for Blackburn Rovers, so we'll see if he can deliver what has been a good start for him as captain. Meanwhile, this is the stats for Rovers coming into this: 6.79 average for the Rovers players. Played 3 matches, scored 4 goals, picking up a 1.3 average as well. We have 1 clean sheet to our name, no red cards thus far, but we have a ball possession rate of 49%. We have aerial duels 1 at 45.3, and duels total 47.4. That's, of course, when you consider those big players that we got on the books now. Meanwhile, where am I? Let's take a look at me. I want to read this. Of course, open play goals, 2 of them through set pieces as well. As for the goals conceded, just 3 so far. 1 set piece, 1 counter attack, and 1 sloppy doppy penalty. Moving forward, though, Rovers, of course, take a look at the statistics when we are in possession. 39% of our possession on the left-hand side. We are still a front foot side here, with 32% of our ball possession in the attacking third, with 29% in the defensive third. As for shots directions, we prefer the left to the right, and we also shoot within the 18-yard box 64% of the time. Moving forward, the defensive structure here, we got to keep an eye on that left-hand side, and shots from outside the box. 45% of shots are coming from outside the box. Moving forward, Rovers, though, are looking forward to seeing these guys back in action. And, of course, the main man, Todd Cantwell, with 8.05, is standing up amongst men here with, of course, some stellar performances as of late. Sondre Tronstad still here, still working, and of course could be the glue that keeps this team together. Ryan Hedges has also had a great start, as has Ryan Ablusu. Moving forward, goals coming from Cantwell, Hedges, and Ohashi, and assists. Hedges is always chipping in, so it could be Hedges might be a key to Big Val's plans. Let's take a look at the transfers so far. We have completed a bit of a rebuild here, unexpected rebuild in a way. Dean Deneva coming in early doors a long time ago. That deal done. Sidney Tavares also joined from Moreirense over in Portugal. Ryan Ablusu also coming from Kutrich, so him and Dean Deneva know each other of sorts. Sean McLaughlin coming in from Hull, he looks good. Lewis Miller from Hibs, bit of money there. Axel Henriksen could be the future of our midfield. Musa Baraji is coming in, but he is injured. And of course, the new face on the scene, Rayo Rameshita, but it doesn't look like Rovers are done just that. We're looking at another midfielder, possibly 1, maybe even 2 strikers to come into the books. And of course, players going out. There is big breaking news as we talk. Danny Bath left, Wyman went. Should we do the trio here? Of course, Lewis Travis all went to Derby. Zach Gilson went to Grimsby. Joe Rakisella, Charlton. Terry Stone went to switch to Espanyol. Callum Britton to Middlesbrough. Buckley went to Al Qaoud and scored a goal already in Leo Duru. But the breaking news is Harry Leonard is looking like to join Peterborough, so he won't be in action. I think he'll be sitting. I may be probably going to watch the game over for Peterborough this weekend, and they're in need of his reinforcements. But right, that's coming. That's developing. The squad, though, looking into this as of right now, looks like this. Blasser's tough between the sticks. Pears could be on his way out as well. We have 2 number 1s according to the old sofa score. Defensive midfielders or defenders here. We have Harry Pickering, Miller, McLaughlin, Dom Heim, Rivera. It does look like there's a vacancy here, so we may see a defender coming in to add to that mixture. Moving forward into midfield, we've got Hedges, Forshaw still here, yet to feature. Morishita comes in. We'll probably see some of him. And Leonard as well is also here, but again, are going to be making a move out of Ewood. Moving forward, this is the most expensive Rovers lineup on paper. We've got Pears, Pickering, Wharton, Hyam, Carter, Baraji, Tronster, Morishita, Ohashi, Cantwell, Gay. It does look exciting on paper, but this is a formation or a structure that probably wouldn't work. You know, you got your Morishita, he might be on the right. Cantwell probably be in the middle. We definitely need Cargbo or Hedges over here, and then Magdageo, Hashi, you know, it's just not work. In fact, this is what we're more likely to see. We're tough between the six: Ribeiro, Hyam, McLaughlin, Ablosu, Tavares, Tronstad, Hedges, Cantwell, Cargo, and Hashi. This was the team that did start the game against Hull, so why would you change it? The only you probably would have Morishita on the bench to bring in to add a bit more variety moving forward. This is the resume for Rovers coming into this. It has been a bit of a slow start. Yeah, of course, we lost to NEC Nijmegen in the pre-season. We lost to West Brom. We lost to Bradford, who are on a run right now. And then we lost to Birmingham with a sloppy-doppy penalty. So when you look back at that, West Brom are flying high. Birmingham are doing their thing. But of course, that game itself. But the results, the response from Rovers, specifically what's going on behind the scenes, was good with the result against Hull City. And hopefully we can put a bit of icing on the cake here by coming and getting something out against Norwich City side, who ain't no slouches. After this, though, we're coming back to EFL after the international break. We'll take on Watford at Vicarage Road. Again, away days. Check out the link down below. And we'll have a little bit of fun. Got a quiz, all that kind of good stuff. So, yeah, looking forward to that. But let's take a look at the opposition, which is Norwich City. They're coming at you right here, right now, with Liam Manning at the helm. Joined this coming summer. He's got a good record against, well, decent record against Rovers. And he's managed 4 times against us, picking up a 1.50 points per match. That's 50-50. 1-2 lost. He's got a success rate of 1.52. It's been a bumpy start for Liam Manning, but looking good because they still got this man. Of course, Josh Sargent, the most valuable player on the books for the Canaries, heading into the match at Ewood Park. But the players so far have been delivering these kind of performances. Actually, Josh Sargent has been delivering the best with some goals as well. So 3 goals for Sargent, but he's chipping in with a 7.67 average performance. Harry Darling, also a new signing from Swansea. I think they worked previously at maybe, where was it, MK Dons perhaps? Kenny McLean also in the midfield as well. Some moves and shakers going on around the pitch there. Of course, Kenny McLean, Nunez and Cordoba chipping in with the assists for the match. As for the team itself as a whole, chipping in 1.3 average goals a game, 53% possession so far, yet to keep a clean sheet at the first 3 games this season. Of course, they got a new goalkeeper between the sticks, no more Angus Gunn. He, of course, made a switch to, I think, Nottingham Forest over the summer. But as you can see from the goals, if I can bring myself on the screen right here, right now, there are 2 of them through open play, 2 set pieces. The goals conceded here, 4 through open play, 1 counter-attack. So they've scored 4, conceded 5 in the league alone. Which is exciting if you're a Norwich fan. As you can see from the possession-based stats here coming at you for Norwich City, they prefer the left-hand side to the right. They are a defensive side more than a front foot side. 34% of their possessions in defensive sort of stature here, with 41% in the middle of the park. When they do take a shot, it's 18% likely to come down the left-hand side, with 48% within the 18-yard box. As for shots received by the opposition, more likely to come from the left-hand side as well, and 49% long-range efforts, with just 7% in that 6-yard area. So that's a little bit of an examination of what's gone on the pitch, what's gone on in the boardroom, or in the sort of hierarchy with the players coming in and coming out. They've been investing in a sort of European sort of spread, looks like, by some of these additions. Jacko Medic coming in there, 2.1 million euro signing from Ajax. Centre back, we got the goalkeeper Vladan Kovacic coming in from Sporting. It's exciting. And they've got Matthias Kvidsgaarden, £8 million signing or euro signing from Brøndby. Jeffrey Schlupp's here, of course, versatile player, formerly of Palace, formerly of Leicester, formerly of Celtic, I think. Papa Diallo's coming in from Metz, another bit of money as well. And they haven't stopped there. Mirko Topic as well, coming in from Famalanko, the old defensive midfielder, with Jova Makima from Lincoln, making the switch from League 2 to League 1. Going out, not many goes out, bar, I think there's a bit of news breaking right now, a switch for a Norwich player go to Ipswich. But Borja Sainz went to Porto, Jakob Lewing Sorensen was released, Victor Oreñez out on loan, Angus Gunn. Yeah, not the... they did get paid from the Jonathan Lowe deal as well. So a bit of money coming in, but they are investing with some players going out. But let's have a look at the squad in all its glory then, coming at you with the goalkeepers, 5 to choose from. from. Grimshaw, familiar face of his Blackpool days. We've got Vladan Kovacic, though, should be recognised number one. Then into the defensive ranks, we've got ex-Rovers there, Shane Duffy. We've also got Ben Chesini, a player we had on loan for a little bit. Yeah, still a work in progress for Norwich, getting these guys situated and ready to roll. Into midfield, Marcelo Nunes is the player that's just moved. This morning, I think it was confirmed he crossed the Norwich to Ipswich Trevine there, and he's now going to be wearing the blue shirt of Ipswich. The likes of Marcondes is pretty solid as well. Kenny McLean's in there. Fonson and Munkwa, player they brought in last season. I think they're trying to get the benefits out of him now. But Josh Sargent's still here. He's got his lot of admirers out there, so we'll see if he sticks around heading out of the transfer window on Monday. Moving forward, what else do we have for you? We've got the most expensive lineup for Norwich. Yes, it is. And again, I think Nunez is here in the picture. So again, I just did this morning. It was not updated, but this is your most expensive lineup. It's not going to be the lineup, of course, because Nunez is no longer here. But this is, of course, the team that played last time. 3-4-2-1 with Kovacic in the goal there, Koroba, Darling, Medic, Topic, Diallo, Wright, Stacey, Marcondes, Cunic, and Sargent up top. If you've got Sargent in that team, you're going to have goals no matter what. So I expect that to be the case. Form book coming into this, pretty good on the road, I would say, for Norwich City. They opened up with a loss, though, to Millwall. They bounced back with a win over Watford in the Cup, and then a win at Portsmouth as well to get their first league points on the agenda. But then a loss against Norwich and a bit of a at home as well, and a loss against Southampton. So 3 home defeats on the spin. But Rovers take on Norwich at Ewood, which of course might be better for Norwich's point of view. Coming out of this, they'll be taking on Coventry when we return from the international break. Then it is Wrexham, Stoke, High Flyers right now, West Brom, and then Ipswich. There it is on the October the 5th. Early kick-off. All eyes on that one. If you want affordable away day travel, check that out. Then it is Ipswich Town at home. Charlton away. There's Joe Rankin Derby. Swansea will be the next visitors at Ewood. Then it'll be Stoke. Coventry will wrap up with the 6 matches coming at you for Blackburn Rovers. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the match itself. Let's crunch the numbers then, shall we? We played it 28 times, these two clubs. Rovers winning 8 of them. Norwich have won 9 of them. There's been 11 draws over the last 28, stretching back to 1993. We have a 3-0 win on the record. They got 4-1 win on the record. We've outscored them to their tally there, 42-40. And we have a better goal to a match ratio, 1.5 to their 1.43. We're coming into this 33% form, 16th right now. They're 50% form, 17th in the table. Of course, that includes probably a friendly or two in that back history. Moving on, let's take a look then at the squad valuations. Now, this is where it does look embarrassing on Rovers' point. The squad valuation of Norwich is 102 million compared to our 38 million, so completely chalk and cheese in regards to valuations of the squad. They have an average of 3.21 million euros per player. Our average value is 1.38. We have an older squad. We have less internationals, as they do as of right now. Moving forward, let's take a look at the recent run of the events then over the last 6. Now, this is the last 6, both home and away. And it's in favour of Rovers. We've won 2, they've won 1. There's been 3 draws. That's at Carrow Road, that's at Ewood Park. But of course, and most recently, it's been draws galore. 3 draws on the spin, whether at Ewood or whether at Carrow Road. If you do look at the record over the last 6 at Ewood, it's not great. It's actually terrible for Rovers. We haven't beaten Norwich in the last 6 at Ewood. It has been back-to-back draws, but yeah, I don't even know. I might be able to tell you now when the last win for Rovers at Ewood was. Well, I can't even find it on here. It doesn't even exist, and we go back to 2019. So it's a long, long time since we last beat Norwich at Ewood. Moving forward, this is the record even further back, 35 times. Rovers winning 12 of them. Norwich win 10. There's been 13 draws. So it's quite even between the two sides. We have outscored them 60 to their 48. I think it was a 7-2 win in there somewhere by Rovers. Moving forward, this is the table as we enter it. Rovers just above Norwich. And of course, a win for either side. We could actually be in 7th place, either of us, with of course goal difference and all that kind of jazz. Moving forward, the strengths and weaknesses of the club. Rovers' strengths are chances through balls, keeping possession of the ball, defending against skillful players, protecting the lead, and avoiding fouling dangerous areas. Our style of play is out wide. We control the game in the opposition half. We like the left-hand side, and opponents play aggressively against us. Norwich strengths, creating chances through balls and stealing the ball from the opposition. Their weaknesses, avoiding offside, stopping opponents from creating chances, avoiding fouling in dangerous areas, aerial duels, and avoiding individual errors. Their style of play, though, is through the middle, through balls. Often they do mix it up a little bit with their 11, and they like to play in their own half, but also allow opponents to play aggressively against them. The forecast says Norwich will steal the ball from the opposition and Rovers will control the game in the opposition half. So not much to work from that. Moving forward, the rest of the championship looks like this. Of course, it all kicks off today. Leicester City against Birmingham. Stoke against West Brom, though, will be one of the early games tomorrow. QPR, Charlton will join them, as will Middlesbrough and Sheffield United. Then we'll wrap it up with the 3 o'clock kickoffs. Oxford United, Coventry, Bristol City, Hull City, Ipswich Town up against Derby, Swansea go to Sheffield Wednesday, Millwall host Wrexham, Portsmouth take on Preston in the Battle of the Peas, and Watford, Southampton. But the game of the day will be at Ewood, and it'll be Rovers and Norwich, and we will be live for the watch along for this one. So what about the Rovers fans? What about the predictions for this one? Well, our tails are up right now. Confidence is back after that win against Hull, and of course it is respected by this public opinion here. 55% of the folks voted reckon Rovers will win this game. 27% have gone with Norwich and a draw. Now, yeah, you might take that from whatever it is. Oh, well, you're a Rovers channel. Of course they are, but no. The previous couple of games will show difference. You know, the Birmingham game we were expected to lose, and I think even the West Brom game was also a little bit iffy. So take that from one of you. Well, what about me? What do I expect from this game? Well, I tell you what I'm expecting from this match. I'm expecting a tough old encounter. I'm expecting Rovers to be playing with a bit of confidence, bit of an uptick in performance perhaps, but Norwich ain't no slouches. And when they got Josh Sargent on the books and, of course, trying to bounce back from a bit of a wobbly week themselves, I do think it's going to be one of those kind of chess matches and not much in it. I do think there will be some goals and hopefully Rovers will have more than Norwich. But ultimately, I'm going to sit on the fence once again. I haven't really been that confident with Rovers moving forward. I just want the window to slam shut now and, of course, look forward to the 2-week break. These new faces can get to know each other a little bit better. So I'm going to sit on the fence here with another 1-1 scoreline. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about that, and of course your own predictions as we look forward to Rovers taking on Norwich this week, and of course look forward to the return after the international break. Until then, subscribe, smash the like. I'll catch you later. Until then, we're done.